morning, guys. How you doing? It's a beautiful and bright morning. Thank you guys for tuning in again today. For those who are subscribed already, I want to say a big thank you. Thank you for the support. And for those who are joining me today, if you haven't subscribed, please do. I know that this video is going to be quite, educative. So yes, that's Blade, my dog, making noise. But yeah, let's get into the video of today. It's about the newlyweds. I'm talking to the people who are just coming into marriage for the first year. I know that sometimes people are like, I didn't know this how marriage was, oh. I didn't know this how marriage will be, oh. And I'm guessing sometimes people don't get to speak up about how exactly it can be, and then they get in and it's like culture shock. They're like, this is not what I expected. So today I'm going to be talking about those things and how you can, I won't say avoid, I'll say handle, because some of them you really can't avoid them. It's bound to happen. Let's get into it. All right, I've done my research. Before I come here to start speaking to you people, apart from, I have my personal life experiences that I'm going to be sharing with you guys a lot here. But then I've also, checked and asked around, just to know that it's a common thing, and I'll say, okay, this is the best way I think I should have handled mine. And based on what I've told people on how to handle theirs as well, it's working. So I'm guessing and I'm hoping it's going to work for you as well. So yeah, so please don't mind me. I'm going to be looking into my book, and then I'll be giving you guys these tips. So yes, the first thing that I'll start with, the good things. There's the good stuff and there's the not so good stuff. So the good stuff, you're going to be having a lot of sex. Just have it at the back of your mind. It's still shocking you. You're still doing gish gish. You just got married. Oh, my boo. I'm now legitimate. I can do whatever I like. So yes, please enjoy it in the beginning of your marriage. You're going to need it. It's like the glue. It's like the bonding glue. Apart from God, it's like the bonding glue in your marriage. So yes, please enjoy sex in the first year of your marriage. Please don't try everything. Do it anywhere, everywhere. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy it. All right. Another good thing is you guys are going to be spending a lot of time together. So yes, enjoy the friendship. You're going to start getting to know each other. So please do that a lot. All right. Try and get to know yourselves. Even if you have dated for 10 years, I guarantee you cannot know your partner fully. Yeah, so you can't know everything. If you like, say I used to go and spend time with him when we were dating. I used to stay in his house over the weekend. I used to something. You cannot know your partner fully. You people are now, you are in your personal spaces. You're not in each other's spaces. I'm going to lose guard. So get to know your partner. Talk about things that maybe you didn't discover when you were dating. Be free, feel free, talk, open up, share everything, share your thoughts, laugh, enjoy your friendship. In as much as you're a couple, hopefully you were once friends, and if you were not, start to build that friendship. All right, it's very necessary and it's going to help you guys in the long run. You see, now this is the thing about it. The good parts is there, but it's not plenty like that. But you see the not so good part, oh my God, in the first year of marriage, you're going to hear it. And so let's dive into that now. You guys are two different people, right? You're two different people from different backgrounds, different upbringing. There's going to be clashes in balancing both backgrounds. Definitely. I'm sure you guys have heard of one person press toothpaste from the top, one person press toothpaste from the middle, one person from the bottom. The point here is there's going to be clashes. It can be that one person is the morning person, one person is the night person. It means that the night person likes to press phone at night and do other things before the person. In my case, I was a night person. My husband was an early person, or he's still an early person. I will get into the room and the lights are off. I'm typing on my phone. And it's like, turn that thing off. I'm like, but I'm not disturbing you now. Can you hear anything I'm doing? You cannot hear now. Like, no, that light is getting into my eyes. And I'll just be frustrated, like, it's night time. This is how I want to sleep. This is how I know how to sleep. I will get to my bed and I will touch my phone until I doze off. Like, no, the light is getting, and then we used to have this unnecessary banter. Turn it off now. I want to. Okay, I will reduce the lights. Turn it off. You guys are going to banter about things like that. Get ready. You cannot avoid it. It's bound to happen. Something will come up. It can be that one person eats breakfast, the other person doesn't eat breakfast. Stupid things. It's bound to happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be a clash of upbringing, a clash of cultures. And when that happens, there's going to be friction. All right? So that's bound to happen. Another thing that's going to happen is that you guys might find it difficult, separating duties and responsibilities. The way we are being raised in Nigeria, I'll use Nigeria because that's where I'm from, is there's always been this thing about, the lady is supposed to do this and do that, and the man is just supposed to provide. The lady is supposed to keep the home, she's supposed to clean, she's supposed to cook, she's supposed to do that. And you will be surprised that your partner also has this view. Please don't be judgmental and don't go overboard about it. This is bound to happen. There's going to be, you know how to cook, so you're the one who's going to handle the cooking. You know how to clean, you're going to work. There's going to be clash of duties. And there are some people that will tell you, so because I know how to cook, does that mean that you will not cook? There's bound to be clashes in responsibility designation. Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to pay the fees? Who's going to take care of light bill? Who's going to take care of security bill? Are we splitting? Is it the man who is handling everything on his own? You guys are going to have such arguments. It's bound to happen. Another thing that's going to happen, and I think it's just a summary of these things I've spoken about, is heated arguments. You guys are going to be arguing about so many things. You guys are going to be having so many fights. And to be honest, in as much as it sounds like this is not right, I agree with it. And I think it's welcome, right? Arguments lead to you speaking up. However, the only thing I'll say is when you argue, control your tongue. Control your tongue, control what you say. But there's bound to be heated arguments, and it's always great when you guys are alone in your space to be able to voice out and speak exactly how you feel. That way you learn to know each other's extremities and how you can caution and how you can come together and work on it. I'll say, in as much as you're saying fight should not happen, in the first year of marriage, I suggest it happens so that you guys can know each other's extremities. It's necessary. It's bound to happen. Is necessary. But please, let's not go overboard. We've heard people, stabbing their partners or getting so violent. You don't have to get violent in your arguments. Arguments should happen, but violence shouldn't occur. All right? Yeah. Now, I'll talk about how to handle them. The thing about these things is that they will happen frequently, but there are very simple ways on how you can handle them. Very, very simple. Some people carry their fights, their first year marriage fights, all through the year. It happens, but then there are ways where we can, work on this. The first thing I'll suggest is praying together. There is something that thing does when you come together in agreements. It might sound very simple, but there's something that happens when you guys can do something together. When fights occur, you guys are bound to separate. I'm not even going to talk to him. I'm not going to cook for her. I'm not going to clean. Let me see how he will handle this thing. Okay, now, Shebi, I'm the one who's always doing this. I will just keep my distance. But when you make a cautious effort to pray together, it means you have to come together, no matter what it is. No matter what the situation is. And because you've got to join hands together and come together to pray together, somehow you would have to talk about whatever it is that had occurred, and you will find common ground. All right, praying together is very important. I remember there were times that, you know, we will fight, but because you're like, okay, I have to pray. In our own case, we're not praying, we're praying separately, which was wrong, right? It was like, okay, let me just pray for him because you know, he's my husband at the end of the day. Yes, he's annoying me, but let me just pray for him. Pray for him is good though, but praying with him is better. You know, praying with your partner is better than praying for just because you're angry. Praying together is important. All right. Another thing people don't get to do before they get married is forgiving ahead of time. This thing, I won't lie to you, is difficult. It's hard on the heart. Forgiving ahead of time. Have it at the back of your mind that your partner is going to offend you. They are going to annoy you. In fact, they are going to irritate you to your bone marrows. However, when you know that whatever this person does, I'm going to forgive ahead of time. I might be angry. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed to be pissed. However, you see this thing you've done, I've forgiven you. But we are going to talk about it too. But I've forgiven you. Just even saying it, just having it at the back of your mind that I've forgiven this person makes it easier. It makes it easier to move on. It might sound difficult, it might sound hard to do, but it's one of the things you need. Forgiving ahead of time. Just do it even before the person offends you. You are forgiven. Before the person thinks of offending you, you are forgiven. It might sound difficult, but over time it gets easier and it gets better. This is not excusing bad behavior, right? That I forgive you doesn't mean I won't speak to you about the matter. That I've forgiven you doesn't mean I won't correct you over that matter. It just means that I won't hold it over you in the future. I won't hold it over your head and say, that time that you came home late, maybe your partner came home late at 3 a.m. and you are angry about it, which you are allowed to be, but because you are forgiving ahead, in the morning you'll be like, that thing you did wasn't necessary. Why did you have to come home late? I don't like it. I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's proper. You know, I don't think it's responsible for you to come home at that time. Have you forgiven? Yes. Are you going to speak about it? Yes. Are you going to caution? Yes. But have you forgiven? Yes. Are you going to remind your partner later in the future? Not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. When you forgive, the idea of forgiveness in marriage is that it doesn't come up again and say, like that time. You remember that time? Don't bring up past events. It just leads to more fights. It just riles up your partner, especially for people who hate that atenumo. You know, in Yoruba, I will say something that you keep talking about. Why do you keep remembering things? Why do you keep bringing things that have happened in the past? It's not necessary. Please do not bring past occurrences to present situations. Unnecessary, unwarranted, and it's just going to lead to unnecessary banter, arguments, and maybe fights. All right, we always pray to, you know, marry a kind partner. However, we can also develop kindness. In as much as people say, oh, being kind is a trait, a personal trait, it can be developed. You can work on it. You can choose to be kind. You can choose to be kind. Even when your partner isn't, you can choose to be kind. And that way your partner will learn kindness from you. Choose to be kind and tolerant. Choose to be kind and tolerant. Sometimes some arguments will come up, but you're just like, you know, because I want to be tolerant, because I want to accept this person into my personal space, let's, you know, compromise. Can be that Mr. Green Ghana, when he wakes up in the morning like this, he gbas everywhere, slam door, open chair, open drawer, pick this one. Everywhere is just doing whiz, gbas, making noise. And it can be that his wife is not an early morning person. She wants to sleep. Now, because you are like that, doesn't mean you not tell your partner, but that's how I always do in the morning now. That's how I am. Not necessary. You can choose to be kind and tolerant. When you wake up in the morning, you know that your partner is not like that. Try and do your things quietly. Try and do your things quietly so you don't disturb the other person. Kindness goes a long way. Tolerance goes a long way. I will tolerate the way you press toothpaste. I don't like it too. So when you wake up in the morning, maybe your partner has showered and the lather is all over the wall or all over the floor. You don't start shouting, why did you do this? You know I hate it. You are being tolerant. So what you do, you pick up, you rinse off, but you tell your partner, auntie, please, when you shower tomorrow, rinse off the lather. I don't like seeing it. They were not going to change immediately. Like I said, it is a clash of two cultures, a clash of two different upbringings. So it might not happen immediately, but constant reminders, constant talks about it, communicating about the situation makes it go away over time. Your partner will just learn to conform. You people will realize that you are now conforming into common situations. You're now making effort to make the things you do common to the both of you. It's like creating an entire culture together. When that clash happens, you are creating one culture together. So it's not necessary, all these fights. Be kind and be tolerant. Your wife wakes up in the morning and likes to snort. Don't start calling her a pig. Why do you snort like a pig? It's not necessary. Well, like, what's wrong with you? Is your nose itching? Maybe you can go and Google and find ways of, seeing how the nose will not itch, or find ways to make it easier so that you don't hear that sound in the morning. Does that make her a pig? Please, let's be watching our words. Why you snorting like a pig? Because the person is snorting in the morning. Yes, I know some people don't like it. But when you are kind and you are tolerant, you will find ways to balance that out. Some people will say, you snore. You are snoring like a generator. What's that? You didn't make me sleep well in the night. Why? Maybe, what if the person has health conditions that they are not aware of? Google it. Thank God for internet. So check it. There's no need talking anyhow. There's no need to speak vilely to your partner or about your partner. All right. Sometimes I really don't encourage this, but some people think it's necessary to talk to other people. My personal confidence is good. If you look for my trouble too much, I've had it up to here. I just start talking to the Holy Spirit. I talk to the Holy Spirit like it's beside me. I say, Holy Spirit, did you see what just happened now? You see that thing is very annoying. That thing that is very irritating, and I don't like it. He has a way of cautioning me. But for some people, they feel they have to talk to other people, which is understandable. But please, when you are talking to other people, know the people you are talking to. Oh, she's my friend, she's my best friend. Doesn't mean that's the best person to talk to. In as much as things are happening in your house, please try and reduce how you talk to people about such situations. One thing I always say, you are the one married to this person. You are able to forgive. The other people you are talking to about this person probably might not be able to forgive as much as you can. And they will begin to have a different idea of your partner. So one day when they now get rude to your partner, you will not start saying, why are you rude to my husband? Well, madam, you caused it. Or why are you rude to my wife? Okay, you are the one now talking blah 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 up and down about your partner. Not everything has to be said. Another thing I know I used to do that time was I would take a book and write. And when I'm writing, I feel like I'm talking to somebody. And when I'm done, like, I will write everything. This is very irritating and annoying. I am pissed about the situation. He did it. I will write it. When I'm done, I feel like that is my own method. It might work for someone, it might not. Some people, they want to see a therapist. Some people, it might be their pastor, their imam, their spiritual head who can advise, and that person has to be someone who your partner listens to. That is why they will tell you, marry someone who listens to somebody. There is somebody your partner can be accountable to, that they will listen, that the person will speak to them and they will listen. Those are who I would advise that you can speak to. It can be anybody from your spouse's older ones, even if it's the younger ones. There are some younger ones that are very close to their older ones, that when they speak to them, they listen. One sibling, it can be a spiritual head, it can be their parents, but there is somebody that your partner must be accountable to. You can speak to that person if need be. If possible, if it's that bad, get a therapist, and people who can actually provide help, not someone who will just sit down and just console you and just grieve with you, or even heighten the situation. If it's that bad and you need to talk to someone, those are the people I would advise you speak to. So yeah, marriage is not that difficult. It's a learning institution. Your first year in marriage can be, I won't say stress-free, I won't say fight-free, but it can be minimized. It can be minimized if you do these things. And yeah, I wish I knew most of these things. That's one of the reasons why I'm talking about it now. I wish I knew so many of these things. So many things would have been avoided, And I just think it's time to start talking. The way our culture is, we don't like talking about things like this. Everybody's, hold your marriage, keep it up, don't let anybody hear anything. If they ask you, oh, my marriage is beautiful, oh, it is blissful, oh, we've had a wonderful time, don't let them deceive you. It's not that easy. Is it worth it? Yes. Why? Bible says 2 is better than 1. 1 which is 1,000, 2 which is tens of thousands. The advantages outweigh the disadvantages. All right, and yeah, that's it for this morning. Until next time, I'll think of something I've got to talk to you people about marriage. Yeah, ciao.
Oh, our hearts always hunger for